Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a very chill Friday episode of The Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it.
Listen up, motherfuckers, I'm about to spit. Not the world's greatest show, yeah, this is it. Let it prepare, your anus is gon' get insane. Dude's out of his mind, Dusty Smith's his name. When Jug Wash drops, it's time to begin. You talk about chuds and make fun of them. Then the trash word, oh lord, the wheel's on fire. Beyond parody shit, it's getting so tired. Religious bullshit, you know it won't make you feel like dying.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Touching more children than an OBGY.
Welcome to a very special edition of The Dusty Show. We're going to do a casual show tonight. We usually don't do this. I'm doing something that I never do on this show. I'm smoking weed tonight. Love you guys for sending me these things. I love my little cartridges, so I'm stoned as shit. The reason we're trying this tonight is last show, guys. I was on one, to be honest with you. It was like I was on meth, and I'm not on meth. So what happened is I got like 36 hours of sleep, and then I drank this giant fucking cup of coffee, and then I took a caffeine pill on top of that. And my mind was racing so fast that I missed a week, missed a show, and so I was just going so fast with the material. And a lot of people, that could be overwhelming, you know, to have somebody blast information at you for 2.5 hours, like they're doing a old-timey commercial for the little micro mini cars. Remember that? I used to practice doing that when I was a kid, doing tongue twisters and stuff, and so my mind tends to want to move very quickly. But tonight we're going to try to slow it down a little bit and do a show a little bit more calm. So see if anybody likes it. And also, like, one thing that I want to work on doing is being more positive, because I think a lot of negativity going on in the world, and it's hard to be positive when so many awful things are continuously happening. But tonight I'm going to make an extra effort to look on the bright side of things, to try to find that silver lining in all of these dark clouds, and to be more, open and empathetic towards everybody. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see how that bullshit works. As always, super chats are open. I'm not even going to explain it. You guys know what super chats are, right? I'm going to explain it. I just lied. So it's $, click it, and then give money. That's how it works. That's fine. So anyway, a lot of show changes coming, folks. I'm going to work on my book this weekend. This time I mean it. And then when that's done, the entire show is going to change. The way this show is being done now is going to be gone forever. We're going to do all new topics, all new intros. We're going to tighten things up a bit. The singing might be over. The dancing might be over. I'm going to try a different style, see what the fuck happens. But tonight, we're going to do the original style. So enjoy these old songs while you still can. Here's some Chud Watch.
Chud Watch, talking about Chud Watch. We talk about chuds and make fun of them.
Actually, I already lied. See, I'm already fucking up. It's because of the weed, y'all. You know what? Chud Watch ain't even first tonight. It's always first, but not tonight. Tonight, I thought I would test my patience to see how charitable I can be under these conditions. So fuck it. Let's start with religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. Boom goes the dynamite. And folks, you're never going to believe this. They finally caught one. Yeah, Florida Pentecostal pastor arrested on child sex charges. Sanford pastor has been arrested following allegations of inappropriate conduct and sexually touching and assaulting 2 underage females. Yerson David Solarte Bastro, 34, is charged with sexual battery and lewd and lascivious molestation. How am I going to spin this one positively, huh? I mean, I guess he's young, right? Still plenty of time for him to do prison and suffer in horror. So that's good, right? Way to fuck up your whole life. You did a great job. destroying everything you ever built. Congratulations to the person you've become. Next up, you guys see this one? This went sort of semi-viral, I guess, all over the internet. Crazy Christian parents believe that, hey, you don't even have to act responsibly because regardless of what you do, God decides when you die. So who gives a shit? I'm going to test this woman's logic after we watch the video.
You are not in control of when you die. If you left the car on and we...
So basically, they're arguing with her mom because she's leaving the car on while they're pumping gas, which I think is fine anyway. I looked it up, I think, and I saw it on the internet, so it's got to be true. That's totally fine, but that's despite this woman's stupid point.
You are not in control of when you die. If you left the car on and we died, it would not be Jesus' fault. It would be your fault. It would be God's will, honey. No, it would be Donna's will. It would be God's will. We are That's like jumping out of a plane without a parachute. We are being like, but it was God's will. No, it is. You guys, you know these things. God chose the day that we were going to die.
I taught you these things. I taught you this bullshit growing up. How dare you question when you get older this obvious imbecilic diarrhea that's been spewing from my lips ever since you were youngins.
By the day that we're born, he knows every single number of hair on your head. You know this. You went to Christian school. You've learned this in your home. You can't choose the day you die.
You went to Christian school, so you know you don't have to be careful when you live your life.
If you left the car on and it blows up because we're getting gas and I die, it's because God chose today as the day of your homegoing. Well, then why do you?
Yeah, so then why do you look both ways before you cross the street? Why do you lock your doors at night? Somebody could come in and rape and murder you, but hey, if God wants you to be raped and murdered, it's his decision, right? Who are you to question the will of God? So, just live your life willy-fucking-nilly and don't take care with anything. Run with scissors. Yeah, whatever you want to do. It's fine. That is actually good advice because you'll die quicker and then we'll be done with you. Deleted belly up. And folks, speaking of religious bullshit, white smoke can mean only one thing. And I think we're supposed to hate Snoop now. I think Snoop did the Trump non-inauguration, so fuck that guy. But it's a weed joke, so obviously you have to fucking go Snoop for the weed joke. So yeah, these ridiculous adults in these clown costumes who still are doing these primitive ceremonies that we should have ended long ago by strangling them with their own entrails, still happening. So they elected a new leader of their cabal of boy rapists, and it's this man. And then finally, America, we did it, y'all. We finally are in charge of all the child rape. So good. I knew we could, to be honest with you. I knew if anybody would eventually be in charge of the child rape, it would be an American. But hey, not so fast, all you people who want to talk shit about this dude, right? Because he's woke. He's woke, y'all. He's one of fucking us. He's one of fucking us. That's what I hear. Conservatives, they fucking piss, y'all. Because the woke pope, the woke. We made fun of them electing a woke last time they did it. They elected this woke, y'all. So anyway, let's look into this and let's see, is he a woke? Well, first off, let's look at the day they elected this motherfucker. Let's peek into the Catholic nerds and see their response. And yes, to these motherfuckers, this is like the NFL draft. They're like giddy high school kids. Take a look.
Oh my God, that's an American vote!
First round, baby! First round. We did it.
What? We have an American Pope. Wow. Holy, wait, what name?
Rewind it. I gotta hear it. What name?
What name did he take?
What name did he take?
Because that's what he would have announced next, and I was cheering.
I missed it. Fucking ruined everything. Now we'll never know what the woke pope's name is, so we're just gonna call him Wope from now on. The Wope. Anyway, you fucking nerds, get a goddamn hobby. I guess they're like, hey, finally, we got an American pope. Imagine how many children we could get away with raping now. Gonna rape all y'all's children. And I'm supposed to say something nice. At least you're not raping children on camera while you're doing that, so that's good. And then I guess he is sort of woke in some ways. Woke in some ways, like he tweeted this: "We are banning all Syrian refugees." I guess by we he means America, because he's the woke. He's American, right? "The men, women, and children who must need help." What an immoral nation we are becoming. Yeah, we're way past that. Jesus weeps. So this is why they think he's woke, folks. If you're like even mildly decent in any way, just the most basic form of human empathy, concern, makes you a left-wing piece of shit now. That's how far we've fallen as a country, because they all mad about it. Let's see other signs that he might be woke. Aaron Reichland Melnick says the new pope didn't post once in 2024. In 2025, he posted 5 times. All right, let's hear it. What did the pope post in 2025 5 times? He criticized J.D. Vance. I love him. I love this woke. I'm converting. Keep my kids at home, though. Posted articles critiquing Vance's statements. Fuck yeah. I'm on board. Yeah. On deportation policy, he retweeted the Pope's health twice. Oh, well, fuck that guy. I don't care about him. He retweeted criticism of Trump and Bukele's laughter at Abrigo Garcia. So what? Now I see. Now I see why he's woke, folks. He's not really in any way progressive, but like if you just don't want people to get disappeared in the middle of the night and sent to foreign concentration camps for their entire life, never to see their family or anybody ever again, then woke. That's what woke is now. Woke just means like normal, not insane psychopath. That's all that means. But anyway, any more evidence that he's woke? Pope Leo was a founding member of a 2020 anarchist Portland anonymous zone known as Chat. What? This can't be true. Francis. Oh, wait, I bet it's not. No, it's not true. They got me. I knew this motherfucker was fake, and I knew he wasn't a goddamn woke. Antichrist. Anyway, my bullshit detector went off immediately. No such article appeared on the website of the New York Times, according to multiple searches, and the Chaz protest area was located in Seattle. All right, they try to smear. Maybe he is woke. That's how you know. When they try to fucking smear him as being way cooler than he is, then he's just like a little bit woke. He's just like one eye open woke. I'm going to give him that one. Partial credit. And let's see. What else we got for the woke? Oh, yeah, and apparently he does hate J.D. Vance. Apparently that was true. And so memes, they create themselves. Here's I'll poop on you, Vince McMahon. The new pope chosen from Chicago. Woke, what? Specifically hate Shady Vance? Yeah, baby. Now you're fucking talking. Like that shit. You had me, though, from Chicago, right? I don't know why I don't like Chicago. And it's begun, folks. The MAGA freak out over the pope is underway. They all on board. They changed the little microchip now, and no love you the pope anymore. The new pope seems to be anti-Trump and pro-open borders. Good. Sounds well. Charlie Koch, Mr. Prevost, the new pope, was retweeting George Floyd propaganda. Oh, my. He doesn't like people being kneeled on for 15 minutes and they can't breathe. What a monster. Matt Wallace, the new pope is an anchor baby from Peru. Okay, good. Are we not supposed to root for the underdogs or anybody more? If you're just not some white guy who was born here and your parents were born here, their parents were born here, you're not American enough? Sort of stupid. Medji and Kelly, is it too much to hope that some 20-year-old ran the new pope's X account and he never looked at it? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could hope that if you were a giant sack of shit. Or you could hope he's legit and going to move the world in a better direction. That's what I would hope, but you do you, Medjian. Laura Loomer, the new pope, once we tweeted a post about how we need to keep praying for career criminal and drug addict George Floyd. Okay, you need to pray for somebody that's in need of prayer. What a sickness he had. The tweet said, may all hatred, violence, and prejudice be eradicated. Oh my God, now I see why they hate him. Like, how do they not know? I mean, I know they know they're the bad guys, but it's just, at this point, it's just real crazy. Here's the new pope attacking Trump. Okay, I like him. Well, we got a good one here, folks. And I'm sure nothing that I'm about to say is going to change that for any of us. So let's hold on to that feeling, that good feeling that we have about the new pope before I get into this section. And let's start off with all the crying going on, folks. Even more crying from Sean Wanity.
I was wrong. I see that the new pope Prevost apparently has been critical of President Trump and on the issue of immigration. That's pretty disappointing. Does he not know? Do people not know how many Americans were murdered and raped and victims of violent crime because we don't have open borders?
Okay, I'll cover this one for you. Yeah, we know. Do you not know how many children are raped and molested and have their whole lives ruined because of pastors and youth pastors? Imagine if we only banned pastors and youth pastors, right? If we just made it illegal to do that, but we don't do that, right? We don't punish all pastors and all youth pastors because of what a few of them did, right? We have laws and systems of decency, which is why we don't blame every immigrant for what a few immigrants do. We don't round up all immigrants and hate on all of them because what a few of them do, because you inherently know inside of yourself that that's not a moral framework to base your life on, Sean Hannity. I'm glad I could answer that question for you.
He says there's nothing remotely Christian, American, or morally defensible about a policy that takes children away from their parents and warehouses them in cages. I hope somebody might tell the new pope that the kids in cages happened under Obama and then later under Biden.
Okay, well, if that's true, then fuck those guys too and put them in the goddamn Hague next to the orange goof.
I've got the video to prove it. And nobody's taking children away from their parents.
They literally are doing that.
I mean, it sounds like he's been indoctrinated into the liberal way of thinking, although in 2012 he had a different position on the issue of gay rights.
So
but
they kind of like are about to get there, folks. But he's anti-gay. At least he was 5 years ago. So little dent, little chink in his armor. Not racist. That's an actual thing for armor. And then all over the MAGA blogosphere, though, they weren't liking it. Cat turd. This is so bad. Let's see what's so bad according to Cat turd. According to his ex-Twitter feed, the Pope, the newly selected Pope, trashed Trump. Oh, shit. It's over. Trashed Vance. Trashed border enforcement. Endorsed Dreamer-style illegal immigration. Repeatedly praised and honored George Floyd. And endorsed Democrats. Oh, man, quit threatening me with a good time. God damn it. Would you guys stop making me like this guy? I don't want to like him because I know something's going to happen. Something other than the fact that he's now the leader of the largest cabal of boy rapists in the history of mankind. Something other than that. Something other than all of the pedophile. It's going to make me not like him. See, I can accept thousands of years of pedophilia, but I know something's going to come up in a second. I can't. Oh, here it is. He's Marxist. Woke Marxist Pope. Fucking goddamn Marxist Pope. You had me. I was with you with the pedophilia with Marxism. That's too much. Too much. Okay, too much. A few kids here and there, sure. Marxism? No. You can't have everybody controlling their own value of their labor. That's pure insanity. And, more Laura Loomer, the official fluffer of the president. This is the new pope. His name is Robert Prevost. Say his name. He is the first American pope. Sweet. He is anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, pro-open borders, and total Marxist like Pope Francis. Uh-oh. Catholics don't have anything good to look forward to. Just another Marxist puppet in the Vatican. I mean, hey, I don't think anybody should be Catholic on multiple levels, but this ain't one of them. That's for fucking sure. Finally, something to be proud of. And Joey Marinaro. Okay, this new pope is a liberal piece of shit. We're fucked. I hope you are. I mean, you guys seem to be a total power right now. But hopefully the pope not being a total monster hurts you guys in some ways. That's my hope. Even Joshua Fierstein. I guess Joshua Fierstein looks like he's on the Ozempic. I got to talk some niceness about he doesn't look like he's going to die as quickly as he normally would. He says, for all of those saying that the Catholic Church is the true church, not me, baby. Only true church is the cult of Dusty. Why can't you guys even elect a non-woke pope? I know, you fucking morons. You're telling me the representation of Christ on earth is woke? I know. I mean, maybe they read the words of Jesus Christ and about how he said, turn the other cheek and love thy neighbor. And if you want to follow me, you have to sell all your goods. And it's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven, and hung out with, whores and lepers and the poor, and then fed people for free. I don't know. It sounded like a Marxist piece of shit to me, to be honest with you. But that's your guy's dude, not mine. All right. I like the devil in that story. He was fucking pimp. And oh yeah, now they're so mad at the guy they're transvestigating him, which I guess, whatever. It seems like you guys would have translated popes for like child rape. And that seems like that'd have been the time to be like, oh hey, look, all the priests are all pedophiles. Seems like that would have been. But no, the whole point was to paint him as, a trans and therefore a pedophile, because when your brain's broke, they're the same thing. So Pope Leo, the first ever American Pope, bio-female skull. Yeah, phrenology's back, everybody. That's super cool. And anyway, you can tell by these intersecting lines and this blue picture that's drawn. So look, this is his face skull, really, I guess. And this is I don't know how to read this picture, but I know I'm mad about it. And what else? We got any more? I do have a little more for you guys. I am very white, to be honest with you. I'm a super white individual. I did one of those 23andMe's and 100% cracker, 100%. Like I was thinking there'd be something in there, a little something. Nothing. 100% back to northern England. No sunlight, raining every goddamn day. MAGA is currently crashing out because the Pope doesn't like J.D. Vance. And yeah, Matt Wallace, I was considering becoming Catholic. Not anymore. Yeah, why not just willy-nilly decide to become Catholic? That seems smart. Born and raised Presbyterian. Oh, I see your problem. Catholicism is beautiful, though. It really isn't. It's very old, very boring. And I went to Catholic school. I got married to Catholic church, actually. I told you guys before. It is too bad they are no longer what they used to be. What did they used to be? I'm talking about like the Inquisitions. They never stopped the boy rape or the girl rape or the rape period. So I don't think they have changed that much, Matt. The new pope is an anchor baby. All right, I read that. I don't know why we care, but I do why. It's racism, isn't it? It's racism. And the new pope expressed disappointment. I knew it was going to get here, folks. They may be making me like him too much, so now the universe got to come rain on my parade. The new Pope, Robert Prevost, expressed disappointment in the West's sympathy for beliefs and practices of the homosexual lifestyle. Oh, no, not sympathy for somebody doing whatever the fuck they want to do in the privacy of their own home, or not even in public. I don't give a shit. If some dude can tongue kiss this girl in public, some dude can tongue kiss this dude in public, the fuck do I give a shit? I enjoy kissing me. Ain't none of my goddamn business. And here we go, folks. A reminder, though, this is from the Telegraph in the UK. Abuse allegations cast shadow over Pope Leo. Because at the end of the day, we're still talking about an evil cabal of liars, of con men who spent their entire life making up information, abusing people, stealing money, and yes, raping children and shuffling around their abusers. And they put all these popes that we're supposed to like up at the head of these places, and they even other leftists sell us this organization like it's good, but it's still not a good organization, right? I don't think they can lull us in a false sense of security because, that's how they rape the kids. Pope Leo has been accused of mishandling allegations of child sex abuse. Shocker. The accusations refer to allegations before Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost's election as the 267th leader of the Catholic Church. Cardinal Prevost is said to have failed to properly investigate multiple claims made against Catholic priests in Peru, and according to reports in the U.S., gave refuge to an accused pedophile in a monastery without informing a nearby school in Chicago. Oopsies. As the leader of Chicago's Augustinian province in 2000, he apparently allowed Father James Ray, an Augustinian priest whose ministry had been suspended 9 years previously over allegations of child abuse, to stay at the St. John Stone Friary in the city. Cardinal Prevost did not tell the nearby Catholic school that Father Ray had been installed there, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. So, yeah, there's your woke pope, folks. So, all the way fucking down. Don't let these Catholic sons of bitches fool you. I'm stoned, but I ain't that fucking stoned, and I've been around too long to fall for that bullshit. So, fuck the Pope, and also fuck all the conservatives who are super worried that he's a little bit empathetic. And that is my very, very stoned and ASMR religious bullshit for tonight. And talks to you guys. All right, get your super chats in, folks. We still got plenty of show to go. I actually put less content in this show tonight on purpose, just so I didn't have to rush through it. So I saw all kinds of shit I was going to add, and I was like, nope. We're going to talk slow and steady tonight. Just going to hang out. And next up, why does it start the... All right, that's the wrong thing, but it's fine. We'll just do it. Let's go ahead and start up with some Chud Watch. It's on there somewhere. So, Chud Watch.
Chud Watch. Talking about Chud Watch. We talk about Chud. Then make fun of them.
I think there's only one cat in here tonight. I think it's we have one of the NWO cats, the New World Order, New World Order. The Outsiders are in here. It's Mr. Penguin. Let's see if we can lure Mr. Penguin. Hey, Mr. Penguin. Mr. Penguin, are you still in here? Hello. I guess he ain't fucking in here. Whatever. Got the Bob Ross voice going tonight. Yep. When I'm not talking nearly as fast as I usually do, this is how my voice sounds. It's just real laid back and chill. But I don't talk this way on normal shows because I have so much to cover. And if I talk this way throughout the whole fucking show, it would take 5 hours per show to get through everything. So I just go really fucking fast. But tonight, gonna dial it back a little bit. First off, on the Chud Watch, let's look into the concentration camps. Apparently, the Trump administration has invoked these state secret privileges in Kilmar Abrigo Garcia case, so they can't tell you why they can't release him, folks. Just disappeared this man. Hey, it's a national fucking secret. This guy's a supervillain, but I can't prove it to you because the proof is classified. Yep. If I told you, I would have to kill you. And so, oh well, and this is just them setting the precedents, not following the court order. Over a month ago, the Supreme Court told them specifically that they need to return him, and they didn't do it, and they did nothing to him, and none of the courts are doing anything to them about anything. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They've decided to be dictators. They are being dictators, and nobody is stopping them. And every day they're setting new precedents to cook us slowly. In case in point, here we are today with little Stephen Miller. He is Trump's new, what is he, chief of something. It's not chaff. Chief of security. Has one of the highest security positions in the White House right now. Here he is just outright saying that they're about to suspend habeas corpus. And before I even get to that point, if you don't know what habeas corpus is the reason they can't just go grab you and throw you in prison and never say why they threw you in prison and never let anybody know that you're even disappeared. It's habeas corpus that gives us our rights, that protects us. And so what they're doing is they're going to first say, we don't believe that immigrants, I'm not even saying illegal immigrants, just immigrants, period, have rights to habeas corpus, so we can just round them up and disappear anybody. We are the law. But we all know where that's going first. Next up, they're just going to say, hey, you're not American enough, right? We're stripping your citizenships. And once they strip your citizenship, you don't have any rights anymore. You don't have the right of habeas corpus anymore. They can literally do anything to you, disappear you, and then say it's national security.
Hold on, there's a question back there first.
I have two quick questions. First, President Trump has talked about potentially suspending habeas corpus to take care of the illegal immigration problem. When could we see that happen, do you think?
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in a time of invasion. So I would say that's an option we're actively looking at.
Yeah, it's an option they're actively looking at. Just suspend habeas corpus. It's all good, folks. Nothing to worry about here. Now, let me say something nice about Stephen Miller. I'm trying to be more positive. I mean, I guess he's accomplished a lot for himself, He's in a real high position of government. For one of the most evil sacks of shit in the earth. He doesn't speak well. He's not handsome. He's not intelligent, it seems. And yet, despite all he has to deal with, he's still making more money than I am. So I guess good for you there, Pee Wee German. And then Trump admin petitions Supreme Court to revoke humanitarian status for over 500,000 migrants. People that the courts looked at and they said, hey, they have a good standing to come to this country. We've asked migrants to come to this country. We need a workforce. And they did so. They answered the call of duty. They came over here from countries like Asia that were war-torn a lot because of us, And they've been living here, helping us out and doing a good job. And paying back into the system. And so, of course, we got to boot them all out, even the ones that haven't done anything, even the ones that are helping us. If you're brown, flush it down. That's the new white supremacist administration that we have. Got to get rid of them all, folks, for no fucking reason. And none of this has anything to do, keep in mind, with the economy, right? Or with saving money, as they'll say. Oh, we have to get rid of them because they're a strain on resources. They're a strain on the economy. They're taking more than they're giving it, but they don't, though. Every study they've done has shown that all these migrants, illegal or otherwise, they bring more money into the economy of America than they take out of it by a long shot. So by getting rid of all these people, we aren't helping the economy. So you can't come from this, from a position saying that you're doing this because of the economy, because you want to have the economy, because you're not. Now, why are you really doing that? The reason they claim it's about finances is because they don't want to say what it's really about. And we all know what it's really about, right? It's just racism. And this was all over the news right before I came on the air. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka was arrested at the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center. Him and some congressmen went over there to try to check in on their constituents, try to find out if people were getting due process, habeas corpus, having their rights violated, and he got arrested. They're just increasing the pressure every day and sending the message every day that it's getting worse and worse and worse. Today they're using masked men to arrest mayors and shit for trying to check in on people's human rights. They're just ratcheting it up over and over and over again. Yeah, I'm actually not depressed. It's all good. This is just how I usually am when I smoke weed. I'm just real, in real life too, I'm just real laid back. Everybody thinks that I'm super hyper because when you see my show, I'm talking a million miles an hour the whole fucking time. But like anybody that knows me in real life, they're like, yeah, that's what Dusty's like. Dusty's real fuck. I'm actually quiet in real life because I don't have much to say. Like, I'll save my words for when they're really fucking needed. I prefer to be real chilled. Feels better to me than be all hyped up all the fucking time. Why did they arrest him? They arrested him because they said he was trespassing. But they were there with a bunch of Congress people to check in with the people that were being held there. Anyway, here's another gentleman that was with him, Representative Bob Menendez, who gave his part of the story. Him in the train.
I can't begin to describe what happened here today. It started as part of our core functions as members of Congress to conduct oversight of ICE and privately run detention centers, where we waited patiently for over an hour and a half. Just waited. Waited to do what we've done together at Elizabeth Detention Center. We waited. And then we only saw action taking place outside where we were waiting, not knowing what was happening. We walked out to see what was going on. We saw Mayor Baraka out here by himself, mayor of the largest city in New Jersey, waiting for us to come back. ICE brought to meet the mayor of Newark over 20 armed individuals. 20 armed individuals to confront the mayor of Newark, along with 3 members of Congress. It was an act of intimidation. Yep. It was an act of intimidation not just to the mayor, not just to us, but to everyone watching.
It seems to have worked. That guy seems kind of shook. But that's the whole point, to let us all know that nobody is safe. I'm going to take our habeas corpus, our due process away from us and strip us of our citizenship. Nothing anybody can do to save us, y'all. I don't know. Are we going to save ourselves? I was supposed to say something nice about that situation. That guy seemed cool, though. He seemed shook, but he was brave up on that microphone, so good job, dude. And from fuck around and find out news, pro-Trump green card holder was arrested by ICE after over 30 years in the U.S. Oopsies. Amanda Ning, an attorney at Northwest Immigration Rights who was representing Kasinga, told Newsweek in an email Friday that he was released on April 23rd. Yeah. What can you say? I'm sorry that you decided to vote against your own best interest and get your dumb ass deported, but, I would not have done that if I were you. Bad choice. And the U.S. grants asylum to 54 white Afrikaners. I wonder why. And that guy's been here for his whole fucking life, and they're getting rid of him. Why they letting white folks come out of the country? I wonder what it is about white folks. Can somebody explain one thing about white folks that they might be letting white folks come over to this country? I just, honestly, I can't think of anything that makes these white folks different than those of the folks who are not white folks. And, yep, Trump administration plans airport welcoming ceremony for first group of white South Africans it calls refugees. Yeah, now we're fine with taking in refugees. I just don't know what it is about these certain white people that is so attractive to this particular government. I'll keep thinking about it. I'm sure it must be right on the tip of my tongue. White. And then, in economic news, buckle up. First off, Shady Vance was asked, hey, Trump out there telling people their kids don't need Christmas presents. Their kids don't need a couple dolls. That seems like Soviet Union bullshit. That seems bad. Like that's the opposite of conservatism, right? It's the opposite of capitalism. That's what conservatism is all about, unfettered capitalism. That's like the whole bag. That's our whole thing. Now you starting to sound like a fucking Marxist. Big old anti-consumers telling people that they don't fucking need toys. What the shit's up with that? Here's J.D. Vance's very genius response.
So the president said, you know, maybe American kids should have 3 dolls instead of 30 or whatever the number was. Do you agree? Do you tell the people of this country that you need to make some sacrifices in order to reorganize this bad trade relationship?
Well, I think the president's point here is that, yeah, we do need to become more self-reliant, and that's not going to happen overnight.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to happen, period, because we got rid of our manufacturing sector, and Americans don't want to work in fucking factories, and so we overseas it. You know, we sent it overseas, all that shit. And it's not coming back over here. Why the fuck would it, right? All we're doing is make it to where we can actually buy the products we want, and the products that we want to buy is going to be more expensive for no fucking reason. Well, not no reason, so we can kick that goddamn money up to our oligarch overlords.
And it's not always going to be easy, Martha, but what I'd ask people is not whether they want $2 or $5 or 20.
Let's not even ask kids how many dolls they want. Fuck them kids.
Dolls for their kids. I'd ask American moms and dads, would you like to be able to go into a pharmacy and know that the drugs your kids need are actually available to you as an American parent?
They are already available to us as an American parent. They're just not affordable. What the fuck are you even talking about? What does that do with our kids having dolls?
Would you like to, God forbid, if your country goes to a war and your son or daughter is sent off to fight, would you like to know that the weapons that they have are good American-made stuff, not made by a foreign adversary?
Oh my God, how is this fucking real? Sorry, little Susie. Okay, we couldn't afford to have a real Christmas this year. Okay, we couldn't afford a couple presents under the tree, and I know you're used to a more exciting, fun Christmas than this, but if it's any consolation, all the weapons we're using over in fucking Palestine are made by Americans, okay? They're made by good, solid Americans like you and me, and not no fucking Chinese pieces of shit. So just be a proud American and shut the fuck up about your dolls already, I guess. Yeah, Dusty's high, everybody. If you're just joining us, Dusty is super high. We're doing a casual show. And next up on the economy. Oh, yeah. So then I told you guys in the last show, the CEO of Mattel, one that makes all the fucking toys, was like, hey, I just got to be honest. All these tariffs are going to raise prices. You know, he raised tariffs 145% on China. We get all our fucking parts from China. Like, even if we were to move an entire fucking factory over to America, we don't make every little button, screw, gizmo for every one of our fucking toys. There's a whole manufacturing setup that goes on over there, right? And if you fucking tariff all that shit, and we bring it over here, if we install it over here, it's going to be fucking expensive as shit. So we ain't moving shit. All we're going to do is raise prices. And so Trump was like, oh, hell no, you didn't tell people the truth. No, you didn't tell people that I'm raising prices on them so I can lower taxes for me and my buddies. So anyway, now he's threatening the company Mattel to tariff them out of business. And also, he seems to have Alzheimer's and thinks that the company Mattel, which makes toys, is a country.
Mattel, I don't know, I'm not so sure. They also said, they're the only country I've heard, they said, well, we're going to go counter. We're going to try going someplace else. That's okay. Let him go, and we'll put 100% tariff on his toys, and he won't sell one toy in the United States, and that's their biggest market. I heard that. I mean, I watched this guy talking about how I'm going to go counter. I said, well, I wouldn't want to have him as an executive too long.
Yeah, he's basically telling them to get rid of their executive, get rid of their fucking CEO of Mattel. Why not? Use your presidency to throw your weight behind whoever you want to get rid of and destroy. But, you know, a very obvious reason why he's doing this, folks. He wants all the businesses to get in line to make sure that they don't let us know that tariffs are raising prices. He just wants them to keep us in the fucking dark, and he thinks that they'll put 10% tariffs on everything, and that's a 10% tax on mostly the poor and middle class, because we're the ones that mostly have to buy cheaper goods from China and other places, right? So he doesn't want us to know that. Doesn't want us to know that we have to kick 10% for everything we buy up to the mob boss, because we might get mad about that. So he's just going to threaten anybody that dares tells us in the new America. So that's what we're going to see over and over again on tonight's show. This bullying to silence the truth from being told to the American populace. But here's the truth, folks. Here is Seattle Port Commissioner.
Over my shoulder here, I'm looking out at the Port of Seattle right now, and we currently have no container ships at berth. And that happens every once in a while in normal times, but it is pretty rare. And so to see it tonight is, I think, a stark reminder that the impacts of the tariffs have real implications. It means that we don't have longshore workers on the dock right now unloading merchandise. We don't have trains taking that merchandise to inland ports and all the way across the country to places like Des Moines, Iowa, and Chicago, Illinois. And that's hundreds of jobs right here in our region and across the country.
You have none at your port right now?
We currently do not have any container ships at port right now. That's correct.
And that's because just nothing is being shipped over? I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Well, it is. It's pretty unusual. We do anticipate, I was looking at our schedule, we anticipate about 25 vessel calls between here and the port of Tacoma over the next 7 days. And keep in mind, we're not just importing from Asia or just China. We do have activity from all over the world, largely the Pacific Rim, but we are seeing a significant drop in container volume through our gateway.
You said this is rare. I mean, can you think of the last time that this happened, that you didn't have any of them coming in at your port?
Probably the height of the pandemic was the last time I saw it, before we really started to see the surge in cargo towards the...
Yeah, Trump is the pandemic. It's almost like it's just him. Crazy. And they ask him about it. Hey, well, what about all the ports that don't have any fucking cargo? It seems bad. It seems like there's going to be like empty shelves and shit. You're the guy in charge. You want to like say something to assure everybody this is not going to be a problem?
Because business has slowed down, as you mentioned, we're seeing as a result the ports here in the U.S. the traffic has really slowed, and now thousands of dock workers and truck drivers are worried about their jobs.
Yeah, that means we lose less money, you know, when I see that. I
mean, we losing money. Yeah, I was going to go buy a pizza from Papa John's, but then I didn't, so I starved to death and I lost less money. No, we're not losing money by buying fucking products, you goddamn goof.
We lose less money. Look, China was making over $1 trillion, 1.1 trillion, in my opinion. You know, different numbers from 500 billion to $1 trillion or $1 trillion. I think it was 1.1 trillion. And frankly, if we didn't do business, we would have been better off. Okay, you understand that?
No, we wouldn't have been better off at all. All the products we've grown to get used to our everyday life, and just been to buy, you know, wherever you want to. Little things like the Pimax headset. You know, there's just no American equivalent of it. There is no competing product. So you literally just had to pay more for no fucking reason to give Donald Trump his pay. It's like a mob boss you put money into, and you kick it up to the mob boss. The mob boss spreads it around a little bit. But now every single one of us has to kick money up to the mob boss. Every single thing we buy, which isn't from America, which is most everything, because nothing's made fucking here anymore. And it's not going to be made here. And then he's back up saying today, 80% tariff on Chinese goods seems right. They're just whatever. Yesterday it was 45, today it's 80. He wakes up and just pulls a new number out of his diaper. And then, folks, he did the big unveiling. This is what they've been talking about. This is what they've been hyping up for so long. The trade deal with the UK. Big genius art of the fucking deal, trade deal, bragging about it all over the goddamn place. And, folks, this is the graphic he put up to sell this trade deal that he made with the UK. I ain't even making this up. This is what he says. Okay, so let's look at this fucking graphic. This is the big part of it. Tariffs now 10% for the U.S. Now they were at 3%. The tariffs that the U.S. was paying. Now we're paying 10%. The U.K. was paying 5%, and now they're paying 1.8%. So literally what this graphic says is, due to his brilliant negotiations with the UK, now the American citizens are paying 10% more tax than they were paying. And the UK is paying less tax than they're paying. So the brilliant negotiator brilliantly negotiated that we pay more taxes and they pay less. Fucking genius. Tariff revenue, $6 billion. This is a tax. He's bragging $6 billion in new taxes for us. It's his brilliant art of the deal negotiation. More taxes. And then this is just some made up bullshit number. $5 billion exports, new market access. So they've been trying to get American beef and other food products over in Europe, but Europe don't want them because they're full of antibiotics and shit that the Europeans don't want. So now the government's like, fine, you can try to sell your fucking shit here. You can have access to the market, but now America is the pariah of the world. Everybody's boycotting our goddamn products. So this is nothing. This is a magical number. This is like if I opened up Amazon on my computer and I said, oh, well, they're selling $30 billion worth of good on Amazon. I've just opened up Amazon to 30. I've just opened myself up to 30 billion in new market access. But no, I'm not going to buy those products. So it's just a make fade up number. So the important parts are these parts: $6 billion in new tariffs for the United States, 10% more in tariffs on us, and that's the whole point. This $6 billion is a kickback. It's a kick up to the mob boss, and this is how they're trying to sell it to the American people. They're trying to bully the corporations into keeping it quiet, not telling you what's going on, and then trying to pretend like this is some giant negotiation win that he scored for America. I scored you 10% more taxes and $6 billion more in taxes. Look what I did. I had to twist the UK's arm in order to raise taxes on you 10%. But I'm such a genius, I was able to pull it off for you guys, folks. And the thing is, it'll probably work, because we're dealing with a populace that is literally too dumb to live. So, and then he went public and he said that anybody that reports the truth of the tariffs, like I just reported to you, is illegal. MSNBC told you basically what I told you just now. MSNBC, the worst there is on television, misrepresentation, is so far knowingly off their statements about me and tariffs that it should be considered a major campaign violation. So basically, he's calling it illegal. Telling the populace the truth is going to be illegal, folks. If you have a corporation that dares tell them the truth, he's going to fucking punish you. He's going to come after you. So everybody's got to stay fucking quiet. And then we're going to kick our 10, 20%, whatever it is, every single purchase, every one of them, every one. I guess for the rest of existence, is going up to our mob bosses. It's a weird time to exist. It's very frustrating. It definitely doesn't make me want to buy anything. Literally makes me want to just burn my cash, because if I had to kick 10% of every purchase of Donald Trump. But this is how they're trying to sell it, folks. Like he is some genius art of the deal maker. And these 10% new taxes he's negotiated are the greatest things that slice bread.
But the president, and by the way, I want to make this clear, while Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal. And people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him.
It's almost like he's trying to distance himself from it. I know that's how he's doing, but don't blame me for this, guys. This was all the president's idea.
I have the best deal maker to my left. And if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States.
Yeah, that super deal where you guys pay more taxes that literally had zero to do with the UK. Zero. But, hey, I guess it's going to work. And let's see how the Dow Jones did. It was down today. It was up a little bit yesterday. Mostly flat over the last couple of days. At first, it looked like the trade deal with UK was going to move the number, but then everybody looked at it and was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. This is just more taxes on America. But still, if we look at the year-to-date since Donald Trump has been president, we're still down 1,100 points. So we're in the 5th month, so we've already lost any growth we would have had the whole first quarter, folks. So not great. Even if Donald Trump did get some decent things in these trade deals, you have to look at what he actually gave up to get them. And was whatever he got, whatever little minute chunk of change he might have got worth destroying our dollar or making the bond rates go up to make our deficit more expensive to finance, or the erosion of trust in America worldwide, where people are not going to come over here and buy our products. Was it worth all that? Of course it's not. This is all just buffoonery, but Trump doesn't care because he made $2.9 billion in the last couple years, him and his kids, and they're doing fucking fine. And then my boss wants his kick up from every purchase, and I guess America must be okay with that. Time to take some more weed. Oh, well, let's listen to some MAGA tears at least. At least not everybody's super happy about it. At least some people regretting their vote. Little schadenfreude. Austin Peterson at first was like, I'm voting for Donald Trump for the economy and to own the libs. You did it. I'm owned. Congratulations, sir. Now he's all like, well, there went my shoe business. Oopsies. I don't understand why the tariffs have to eliminate the de minimis exemption. Why does government punish small business in this country, knowing full well that Nike and all the big brands will be fine paying the taxes, but Steffi and I get wiped out? Because that's the whole fucking point, you idiot. The economy's not made for you. It's made for the rich people that can kick money up to the other rich people so they can have monopolies to shut the little people out of it. And if you are too stupid to figure this out by now, then may God have mercy on your soul. Another one, this is not what I voted for, but it is. CJ Music, Joe Biden is the worst U.S. president in history so far. It would appear that, in light of Biden failing and floundering, the Dems sent their minions out to foment panic about Project 2025. You mean tell the truth about what they said they were going to do? Guilty. It won't work. It didn't. You're right about that. Sadly, May 1st, I regret voting for Trump. Wow. My husband is laid off, good, and can't find a job, and my kids, boo. Credit scores have tanked because of his student loan policy. This is not what I voted for. I mean, it sort of is, but whatever. Now, let me be more... Okay, look. I'm sorry you were this stupid. I'm sorry you were so stupid you didn't take 5 seconds to look up what the goddamn shit was happening in the world, and then you voted against not only your own best interest, but the best interest of your children. I'm extremely sorry you were this fucking dumb. It's about the nicest thing I can muster. And, oh yeah, hero. CBS Trump's family net worth has increased $2.9 billion in the last 6 months. Yeah, the last 6 months, y'all, $2.9 billion. The most open corruption ever in politics in any branch. But it's happening right in front of our own eyes, right at the White House. So, what you gonna do? Most American president ever, and even his diehards are starting to kind of question y'all, which is wild. Apparently, this guy had one of those crazy cult Trump houses with Trump flags and banners and stickers all over the whole thing. Now he only has this sign up. Donald Trump, please do better. We are all counting on you. So even the dyed-the-wool Kool-Aid drinking cult members starting to question the orange goof. So maybe there's cracks in his facial foundation. Then he went out there this week and basically did more racism. The broadband access law helps rural people, poor people, oftentimes minorities, get access to broadband because you don't have access to quality internet these days. It's very hard to compete for jobs and for educate, for anything, really. You really need it to be able to, be competitive. President Trump on Thursday attacked a law signed by President Joseph R. Biden Jr. aimed at expanding high-speed internet access, calling the effort racist and totally unconstitutional, and threatened to end it immediately. Yeah, basically because it helps the poor black folks. So can't have that, folks. White supremacy, full force all the time. And this is where it's getting us in this country, folks, the brain drain. I don't know why America decided to do this to itself, but it's going to have ramifications for decades to come. National Science Foundation abolishes all 37 divisions. The National Science Foundation, NSF, already battered by White House directives and staff reductions, is plunging into deeper turmoil. According to sources who request anonymity for fear of retribution, staff are told today that the agency's 37 divisions across all 8 NSF directorates are being abolished, and the number of programs within those divisions will be drastically reduced. The current directors and deputy directors will lose their titles and might be reassigned to other positions at the agency or elsewhere in the federal government. So basically, just any research we're doing, anything we're doing to try to get ahead of other countries, it's just all being eroded, almost like they're trying to kill it on purpose. How are we going to compete with other countries when we demonize, fire, and defund our scientists? How are we going to even keep our military up? I mean, seems bad. What's Eltra saying? I would not show care and concern for those who have not shown care and concern for others. I do have trouble finding my empathy for them sometimes, but I am trying to be better. Definitely difficult. And Trump fires woke anti-Trump librarian for Congress. This is the whole thing with attacking education in every way possible. So if you can demonize the librarians, folks, this is what we've come to, folks. The librarians are the bad guys. Elmo, Big Bird are the bad guys now. Teachers, the bad guys. Just the billionaires, the good guys in this country. The people putting people in or running concentration camps, the good guys. That's who America decided to rule you. But yeah, so, and it's another McCarthyism. Anybody who's brown, black, or in any way connected to equality, to try to help balance historical inadequacies in this country, you have to attack. And this is another example of that. President Donald Trump fired Librarian of Congress Carla Hayden Thursday, according to library spokesperson. An email Carla on behalf. Anyway, basically they were saying she's woke, right? Just hours before her dismissal for being woke, anti-Trump, and promoting transing kids, because that's definitely what she did, right? They're definitely transing kids. This stupid fucking bullshit. They didn't even pick anything good to demonize our librarians with. Just the dumbest fucking shit. And then they asked Michael Jackson impersonator Caroline Leavitt, why did you fire a nice librarian lady?
The president.
Question, the president fired the Librarian of Congress. Why did he choose to do that?
We felt she did not fit the needs of the American people. There were quite concerning things that she had done at the Library of Congress in the pursuit of DEI and putting inappropriate books in the library for children.
Oh, no, not inappropriate books in the Library of Congress.
I don't believe that she was serving the interests of the American taxpayer well, so she has been removed from her position, and the president is well within his rights to do that.
Yeah, God, what a cunt. But just anything they can do to attack education, decency, normalcy in this country. Another example, Pete Kegsbreth orders military to purge all non-MAGA books. This is the level of fascism we've reached, y'all. The Pentagon has ordered all military leaders and commands to pull and review all their library books that address diversity, anti-racism, and gender issues, instead of focusing on anything important in this whole country. This is what we're doing while it collapses, folks. And this is why it's going to collapse. It is the broadest and most detailed directive so far on Defense Secretary Pete Kegsbreth's campaign to rid the military of diversity and equity programs. Because how dare we help anybody that's not a straight white man? But what you gonna do? And then Pentagon begins ejecting up to 1,000 trans troops. And I guess good for them. If a military doesn't appreciate you, you shouldn't be working for the military, right? Hopefully you'll get some kind of cushy payout from it, I would hope. Some kind of benefits or something, some kind of pay package. They can't just fire you and not pay you, right? Anybody else that wants to get out of the military service, you should just use this loophole. But yeah, folks, that's what they're telling you. Oh my God, it's the trans people. Why we're not respected. No, it's because you give a shit, because you're actually doing things like this. The trans people weren't hurting anybody. They were serving honorably. There was no evidence that there was any problem with these people whatsoever, and yet at a time where the military is understaffed, getting rid of perfectly able-bodied people who are doing the job for nothing other than bigotry. And West Virginia coal miners lose black lung screenings after Trump slashes worker safety agency NEOSH. Oh, I'm sorry you guys decided to kill yourself. You know where I think you went wrong? When you voted to kill yourself. It's just me, though. I probably would have done that, but sorry for you. And then Paramount so desperate to make the deal where they do this big merger. They need Trump's help. So not only do they want to get sued by him and pay out a big settlement, they're also sidelining The Daily Show. Paramount scraps plan for The Daily Show in desperate bid to keep Donald Trump happy. Paramount executives have axed plans for The Daily Show to encourage Americans to run for office in a bid to keep President Donald Trump happy and to avoid any future retribution. This is what is happening. He's using his presidency and bullying people all over the place so they don't tell us, about the tariffs. So they don't challenge him anyway. They don't spread facts about what he's doing. And it seems to be working pretty good as far as I can tell. Almost all our media is owned by like 6 different companies. And so they're like, circle the wagons to put 1984 propaganda in our face all goddamn day and keep us in the dark. I'm woke as fuck and I'm proud of it. I'm like half woke right now. I'm stone woke. And then apparently FEMA's no longer a thing. FEMA director fired, packed up his desk and left. The head of the Federal Emergency Management Agency was fired Thursday morning, according to 2 people with direct knowledge of the situation. Cameron Hamilton, FEMA's acting administrator, has told people that he was terminated, leaving the nation's disaster agency without a top official 3 weeks before the start of Atlantic hurricane season. I guess they found his replacement, because next up was talking about this gentleman. The FEMA head threatened staff, "I'll run you over." He seems pleasant. During his first all-hands meeting with agency personnel, acting Federal Emergency Management Agency Administrator David Richardson issued a striking warning: "Don't get in my way." That's a great way to open a fucking meeting up. Let you know straight away your boss is a total fucking dickhead, so do whatever you can to destroy this company while you're still there. That's always what I did. As soon as a manager treated me like shit, fuck this place. I watched you go out of business, and I did, man. I watched a lot of businesses go out of business before they fired me. Ha 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 ha. And over on Fox News, let's see who the latest correspondent Donald Trump has poached.
Here are some other headlines tonight, breaking just minutes ago. One of the co-hosts of The Five, Judge Jeanine Pirro, will be appointed interim United States Attorney for the District of Columbia.
Oh, good.
President Trump announced that on Truth Social just moments ago.
Yay, Judge White Mom, getting a position, being one of the most important and influential judges in the country. Because she sends a message to Donald Trump every single night that lets him know, hey, I don't care about people's freedoms, their rights. You can lock them up, take their due process, and habeas corpus, whatever you want to do, baby. I'm on fucking Team Trump, so that's the kind of people he wants. Kind of people who will gleefully take away our rights and do whatever he demands of them. And yep, Trump appoints Jeanine Pirro as U.S. Attorney for D.C. What if there's going to be anybody left on Fox News when Trump's done? Like half our government is just Trump watching TV, being like, hey, I like the cut of that guy's jib. Give him a high position right now. And, the DOJ opens criminal probe into New York Attorney General Letitia James. Isn't this what they said was destroying our country, lawfare, using the legal system to punish your political enemies? But this is 100% what they're doing, 1,000,000%. Of course, it's the number one conservative tactic. You always accuse the other person of doing exactly what you're either doing or you're planning on doing. So not surprised to see it. But yep, they're sending a clear message like all mobsters do. If you come after us, we'll come after you. That's Mobster 101. And then George Santos out there shamelessly begging for a pardon. He's been everywhere out there. Santos, I'll be severely brutalized in prison. I'll take commutation, clemency, whatever. Yeah, I'll take whatever. Hey, Donald, I'll take whatever you want to give me. Whenever you want to give it to me. And just please save me from prison, Daddy. And he probably will. Just to dispirit us, just to own the libs. Send us a message that as long as you support Donald Trump, the laws don't apply to you. And this article says that they're turning on Donald Trump, but I read it and it's bullshit. Fucking Latin Times. MAGA conspiracy theorist turns on Trump administration after accusing Pam Bondi of covering up Epstein files. The White House already knows. It's sort of true. So it's an article about Donald Trump pre-Ozempic, looking bad, looking real bad. And he's calling out Pam Bondi for not releasing the Epstein files, but you're never going to believe this, guys. Guess whose fault it is not? Donald Trump. Somehow, according to Alex Jones, Donald Trump is completely powerless in this situation, and it's the deep state run by Pam Bondi. Who elected Pam Bondi? Don't worry about that. Who hired her? Don't worry about it. The deep state and Pam Bondi are keeping the Epstein files from us and Donald Trump. And even though Donald Trump is the one that hired all these people, and even though they're doing all this supposedly behind his back, he's not feckless and useless. He's not completely out of his depth. We still should let him lead us. He's still the best leader in the world. But also, everybody behind his back is fucking him and tricking him. And he's useless. So, no responsibility ever, ever, ever. Funny how that always happens. And then X complies with India's demand to block 8,000 users. Of course, I've covered this over and over again. The same people that tell you that Elon Musk saved free speech, never believe a word on it. To them, the First Amendment is just your right to say the N-word, and everything else is bullshit. So Elon continuously caves to foreign governments and censors everybody. But that's not even the worst of Elon Musk's censorship. His soft censorship is way worse than is direct censorship. Yeah, he deleted these 8,000 people, which is direct censorship. But what he does is he decides whose voices is spread on Twitter and whose voices are silenced. He doesn't outright delete your comment. He just makes sure nobody's ever fucking sees it, which is a way you can get away with censoring fucking everybody, but still claiming that you are for free speech. It's much more dastardly than just directly deleting somebody. But that's what we get for letting these billionaires instead of be trillionaires run all our media. We're pretty much asking for it. All right, folks, that is the beginning of my show. Did an hour and 6 minutes, pretty good. I'm glad I didn't have a super ton of material there. It would have taken me forever to do it all slow and shit. So next time you guys are like, man, Dusty, slow down. Man, Dusty, relax. Just remember, you guys asked for this. This is the Dusty you'll get if you tell me to slow down. Super chill Dusty. And hey, I have a Patreon. You know what Patreon is? I'll be super positive about this. So Patreon is a site where you get... slow down? Dude, I love you, okay? Your hair looks great. I support what you do. I know you're just trying to make money for your show. But could you be quiet for just a second while I do this commercial? Shut up, Dusty. And hey, if you click the More button, it'll pop down. And the very first link in the More button is to my Patreon. If you click that, it'll pop up a website. That is Patreon, strangely enough. Could you consider becoming a patron? It's like a couple bucks a month. It's whatever you want to chip in. It's $1 if you want to. Or it's $1 million. It don't matter. It does matter, I mean, to me. But you could do either one. Anyway, HBO, help over that out. And thank you. No after party tonight, y'all. I'm 100% going to work on my book done. I got to get my book done. I got to get it done, y'all. So I'm going to go from here straight to working on my book tonight. I'm working on it all weekend. And this time, I mean it. There's one thing I know. It's that I don't fucking ever lie about anything. And all right, let's read the super chats. Hell yeah. That's next up on the show. Let's a little bit of weed. Everybody hit the weed together. All right, tight. Rebecca Poise is always superhero of the show. Hey, Rebecca, I hope you're having a very chill Saturday when you watch this. Rebecca, almost single-handedly, not really, but oh, if you're not choking, you're not token. As always, super loved Rebecca. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Rebecca. I saw Gilf Porn. You gonna watch Gilf Porn? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch the Gilf Porn. And they got it in VR now, y'all. They got like grandma VR porn. It's the most disgusting thing. You can see the C-section. It's like gross, and I can't get enough of it. WSD time, $10. Good evening, Dusty. I had to replay the song Stretch Your Neck. It does sound like a Weird Al on acid. About 5 times a Thursday. It's such an awesome track. I appreciate it. I deleted it and then brought it back just for you. Here's a little something for the fur babies. Hey, me and the fur babies appreciate it, even though there's none of them out here tonight. Oh, there's Miss Cece over there. Hey, Cece, come over here. Yeah, come over here. Come on, bitch. Yeah, come here. Let everybody see you. Come on, here you go. Get some. There you go, Miss Cece. You guys remember Miss Cece? Been a while since you've seen Miss Cece. All right, you act like you're starving. Settle down. You're fine. A little fatty fat. Damn. All right. All right, back up. All right. All right, sweet. Next up, sweater wearing a tree. Love a chill stream, not always, but every once in a while. Yeah, I couldn't do this very often, to be honest with you. Shows would just take too long. I had to hold back so much for this show, guys, just to do it in this style. So don't get used to this style. The rapid fire Dusty is coming back. This is just a one-timer. Thank you, sweater wearing a tree. I appreciate it. Big Dick. Oh, what's up? Pixar didn't happen. Jerry T, $25. Thank you, Jerry T. Catholics worship idols. Made graven images. Call a man father and claim to speak for Yeshua. Also change the Sabbath, therefore not Christian. Hey, brother, I am a hardcore true follower of Yeshua, and I would fight for you 100. All right, I appreciate that. You are my favorite kind of Christian, the type that gives me money. So I can't say anything bad towards you. So praise Jesus. Pass the offering plate. Swaggery Cat, $20. What's up, Swagger? The Pharaohs aren't Catholic. I'm glad. Wouldn't have a respect for him anymore. Still, they think this guy might be okay. He dislikes a lot of the same people, of course, they dislike most. Is complicated. They send their regards. Yeah. He's probably good on some issues, bad on other ones. Like everybody else, it's more nuanced, but at the same time, you know, the leader of the largest boy raping cabal in history, not the best. If all cops are bastards, what does that make popes? APAC. Rozzy Smith, you make the best show on earth, Dusty. I do try. Don't change it up because your show shadow banned, anti-Christian, no mentions from the other creators, etc. Nothing you can do to fix it. Well, I mean, I do want to switch it up some. Like, I do think the Chud Watch theme has been done to death. I've been doing that for 5 years, the same thing. All the same theme songs have been done to death, and all the categories have been done to death. It's going to be the same rapid pace, and it's going to be the same show. It's just going to be different categories and different openings, you know. You got to evolve your show or it gets too stagnant. That's just the way I see it. But it's going to still be me doing this. I mean, the heart will still be there. Zamir Patois, what's up, Zamir? Dusty, I plan to send you more sugary treats. Fuck yeah. Soon people won't be calling you Dusty. You'll be known as Obesity Jones. All right, do it. I'm going to lose my feet. Synth Mage Everglade, $5. Love you, Dusty. Director of the largest planetarium in Texas here. Fuck yeah. A kid on a field trip asked why he couldn't see God. Was glad to see kids inquisitive. Did you tell him? Because the planetarium doesn't have magic and fairy tales. Grow up, kid, and punch him. Don't do that. Research Gore Vidal. All right. He warned us of all this shit. I'll check him out. Isn't that the dude that was married to, now I'm thinking of Tipper Gore. Wings of Shoe. Trump is trying to make Richard Nixon look good. We do. Oh, Richard Nixon, a big apology. Oh, Tricky Dicky. He didn't do shit. BBC. Hey, what's up, BBC? I can hardly wait for the Orange Mussolini to have his birthday parade. Hopefully he has it outdoors in an uncovered area. He's going to be in more like plexiglass than the Pope. So that he can enjoy the sunshine and possibly get a real tan. Anyway, thoughts, tariffs, MAGA. Yeah, I hope he has a great time, a great birthday. And that's all I got to say about that. Can't log into my bank. Oh, I got a big one for Venture Van. I'm going to read you sexy, Venture. Can't log into my bank. Hoping the art of the deal hasn't cleaned me out. Hold on, everyone. I had the same problem yesterday. I was trying to pay my credit card bill, and it wouldn't fucking go through. And I was like, you motherfucker, you better go through. I got the money in the bank. It wouldn't go through. So I went to my bank. And I was like, do I have my fucking money? My bank was like, yeah, motherfucker, you have the money. And I was like, what the fuck's the credit card deal's problem? And it's like, I don't know. That ain't my fucking business. And so I went to the credit card company, and it worked. So sometimes you just gotta wait a little while. Intelligence and rationality is woke. MAGA, I know, right? Empathy is woke. Caring about your fellow human being, woke as shit. Anything other than being a monster. Oh, the Funk Lord, that's very generous. $50. Hell yeah, I'm gonna read you sexy too. Scared to be losing my job in the Trump economy. Dusty, you are my spirit animal. Loving you, man. Trans rights. Yep, trans rights. Fuck Lord, very generous. Everybody keep your love on trans rights, and we're going to be fine. We're going to survive Donald Trump, everybody. America might not, but we will. America's just more than us, y'all. America's just a fucking country. We're people. We'll survive it. We'll pick up and we'll rebuild the pieces after it. That's just sad as shit what the fuck's happening. It's dispiriting. It's worrisome. It's scary. But that don't mean we're not going to come out of the other side of this motherfucker, because we will. And we're going to do it together. High Commander Dusty, fuck yeah, super high. That's the way to do it occasionally. Big dick, another for Tim, big dick. Fuck yeah, I love your big dick. Double G is the place to be, $2. I hit up your PayPal, Stoner. All right, I'm going to go check it. Did you say anything? Let's see. PayPal. PayPal always takes so long to log the fuck in. All right, let's go. Origami Abby says, I've been missing the live show lately. Health issues. Oh, I'm sorry. You okay, Origami? Getting a change in schedule, so unlikely to be able to see live anymore. We'll leave a comment and watch. All right, well, I appreciate you. I'm sorry you can't watch it live. We'll send positive thoughts out to you there. Still hasn't logged in a fucking PayPal. Fucking motherfucker takes forever. And, oh, I got 6666. What? Nice. Very nice. I got two, in fact. I got one. I got a couple. Damn. I got one from Jamie Nelson. And I got one from Transit Coach Parts. Which are you? Let's see. Randall Brush gave me, you gave me $20. Very nice. Thank you. Very, very generous, Randall. Didn't say nothing. And then $150 from Jamie Nelson. Very, very generous, Jamie. Hell yeah. I'm going to read your shit. So you didn't say anything. Okay. Jamie didn't say anything, but Jamie, if you're out there, that's very generous. And if you're going to send me a big amount, PayPal's definitely the way to do it. It takes far less. PayPal only took $5 of that. So that's nothing compared to like what YouTube takes. So thank you, Jamie. Very generous. Everybody. If you see Jamie, suck his dick for me, please. And then I got one for 6666 from Double Fucking G. I'm going to guess that's you. Double G is the place to be. That makes sense. I can put those two clues together. Very, very generous fucking Double G's the place to be. And hell Satan to you, good buddy. Everybody heap your love on Double G is the place to be. And one more from Gore Vidal, wrote one of the first pro-trans novels. All right, sweet. I'll check that out. Thank you for the recommendation. And all right, folks. All right, folks. Show's almost over. I have a quick trash world and then a couple beyond parodies. I got one care tonight, folks. And then it's going to be over. We don't have any Free Palestine tonight. So going to keep the depression at least a little bit less tonight. So if you want to get your super chat in, hear me read it in my super real stoner voice, you can do so. I'm going to read them all at the end of the show. But for now, we're going to do Trash World. Trash World. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to fucking sing it. That's why I'm going to get rid of all that. I'm tired of doing all the singing and shit. I'm going to try to do a slightly more serious show, I think. Not serious, but just more serious. We'll see. It won't work. First off, in the Trash World. Oh yeah, they brought the corpse back out. It's a Weekend at Bernie's, y'all. So they had this poor dead motherfucker up on the TV on ABC with his wife, because his wife is like his handler now. He's like he's dead, right? She's the one that moves his puppet arms, and it was just sad, y'all.
Mr. President, since you left office, there have been a number of books that have come out, deeply sourced from Democratic sources, that claim in your final year there was a dramatic decline in your cognitive abilities. In the final year of your presidency, what is your response to these allegations, or are these sources wrong?
They are wrong. There's nothing to sustain that, number one. Number two, think of what we're left with. We're left with a circumstance where we had an insurrection when I started, not since the Civil War. We had a circumstance where we were in a position that the pandemic, because of the incompetence of the last outfit, end up over 1 million people dying. And we're also in a situation where we found ourselves unable to deal with a lot of just basic issues, and which I won't go into in the interest of time.
He sounds like me.
And so we went to work, and we got it done. And one of the things that
Alyssa, one of the things I think is that the people who wrote those books were not in the White House.
I just saw that. Doesn't look like he's great to me, but had to jump in to help him. He's like, anyway, I'm talking too much. Only you would have stopped murdering children for 5 minutes. And Sleepy Dusty, I know, right? This is too boring to watch anymore. Well, go the fuck away, dude. Who gives a shit? Nick failed. The day before the New York piece went online, Fetterman lost at a meeting with a teaching union. Fetterman began repeating himself, shouting and questioning why everyone is mad at me. So I covered this on the last show where Fetterman had a big write-up in the New York Times Magazine where they were saying he's basically just a complete fucking psychopath. We already knew that, of course. But even his wife was trying to find help for him. And so a second part of the story has come out. Democratic Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania was meeting last week with representatives from a teachers union in his home state when things quickly devolved. Before long, Fetterman began repeating himself, shouting and questioning why everybody is mad at me. Yeah, I wonder why. Why does everyone hate me? What did I ever do? And slamming his hand on a desk, according to one person who was briefed on what occurred. As the meeting deteriorated, a staff member moved to end it and ushered the visitors into the hallway, where she broke down crying. The staffer was comforted by teachers who were themselves rattled by Fetterman's behavior, according to a second person who was briefed separately on the meeting. The interaction at Fetterman's Washington office, described to the Associated Press by the two people who spoke about it on the condition of anonymity, came the day before the New York Magazine published a story in which former staff and political advisor to Fetterman's aired concern about the senator's mental health. So, yeah, all that brain damage turned him into a complete fucking psychopath and a mental child, which is why he's more conservative now, because that's really, it goes hand in hand with being conservative. Just wild. And I don't believe this story for a minute. Breaking: the friendship between Trump and Netanyahu is over. Israeli army radio reports that President Trump has decided to cut contact with Netanyahu, stating that Netanyahu and his associates act arrogant and try to push around the president. So this is like everything else Trump does, is a shakedown. He's like, oh, I got a bunch of government money for you guys, but I ain't seeing no love. And so then this is where they kick back $100 million, $200 million, $1 billion, whatever it is, to him, because what do they give a shit? It's not their money, it's our money. So basically, he gives them our money, and then they give him a little bit of it back. So this is just your typical mobster shakedown. I wish I could be optimistic and there was something behind this, but I know Trump too well to have any hope in that. And apparently, United Healthcare is being sued by shareholders over reaction to CEO's killing. I guess they released their earnings right before he died, like the day before he died, and then he died. And then people were like, do you think the fact that your CEO was killed by the world's hottest man is going to affect earnings? And they're like, nah, it's going to be fine. Nobody is even going to know who Murder Bay is. And no one's even going to care that we're a mass murder industry that makes profits off human suffering. But I guess they did. So now people are suing them because can't do that. You can deny people health care and kill them, but you can't lie to people about how much money you're going to make. This is America. Are you crazy? And then on the trash world, Anna Asparagus is back just to prove to us how awful she has become. This time she's defending Joe Rogan. Okay, cool. Is the Young Turks in debt or something? Did they borrow a bunch of money from loan sharks? Because their switch is so obvious, but it's so fast. It just seems so ham-fisted that it doesn't sound like they would have done it this quick if it wasn't because they're in huge financial straits or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But anyway, here she is talking about how back in the day when she used to be a loony leftist like me, she used to think that you shouldn't platform certain people, like Nazis and people that spread vaccine misinformation, people who lie for a living. Don't put them on your platform where they can fucking lie. I always said that. But here she is. I used to believe that, but now I totally have changed my opinion and think that Joe Rogan is a very intellectually curious person.
He's going to come out with Rogan is an intellectually curious person, and actually over people's heads.
So right.
Because people aren't going to sit down and listen to the entirety of the series the way I did, or the way Dave Smith did, or the way Rogan did. Rogan is an intellectually curious person, and actually this whole debacle forced me to reevaluate some of my past beliefs as well, because this whole notion of like Rogan has a responsibility and he shouldn't platform certain people. The left was making that argument. I used to make that argument in regard to Rogan platforming people that I disagreed with. Now, obviously, I changed my mind entirely on that. I think that these conversations need to happen. He's going to come out with a world.
Totally changed my mind. I think these conversations need to happen. But I mean, all that happens is you use your platform and they come on and they say bullshit. And you don't push back against the bullshit bad enough. And that's what people have a problem with. You allow disinformation spread through your platform to reach millions of people who shouldn't have seen that shit. And yes, you do have a responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen on your platform. But man, just the change is so crazy. Yes, I know the show is not as entertaining tonight. I know it's low energy tonight. What are you going to fucking do? Everybody hates change anyway, but just remember, when you start bitching at me about speaking too quickly, this is what you had to look forward to. It's almost over. Also, you don't have to watch it either. You can just fuck off also. There'll be another show on Monday, so you don't have to watch a show. Go watch somebody that's worse than me. What the fuck do I care? And then, on the trash world. Oh, yeah, it's the worst thing you'll see today. So I guess Daniel Penny has got a sponsorship for a watch manufacturer. You know, the guy that murdered a black homeless man on the subway because he was yelling too loud. If you were keeping your city safe tomorrow, you'd wear a Wasson. The guy was just yelling on the subway. Even if you are okay with just killing black folks or whatever. What is heroic about sneaking up behind somebody and choking them, and then somebody else holds their hands while you choke them to death? What is manly and heroic about that? That's not a heroic thing to do. Even if this guy was a serial killer that you killed, walking up behind a serial killer and choking him to death, it's not heroic. Anyway, Daniel Penny isn't just innocent. He's a hero. When a deranged, dangerous drug addict was threatening to kill his fellow passengers, Penny didn't sit idly by and just hope nothing bad would happen. Yeah, the guy didn't do anything. Somebody just screaming crazily doesn't mean you can kill them. I mean, right? He stood up, he stepped in, and he took control of the situation. Snuck up behind the guy and choked him. As a Marine Corps veteran and jiu-jitsu practitioner, he was well prepared. He stopped the threat, and the people of New York owe him their thanks. Are you the type of man who steps up to protect his city? You should wear a Wasson. Yeah, are you a racist murderer? Wear our watch, folks. And this is who we are as a society. This is what we reward. You want a sponsorship deal? Go on the subway and murder a homeless dude. This is what greatness looks like. People bailing out because they don't like the slow road dusty. I don't blame you. See, this is why I don't do the show this way. This is why I do it all fucking hyped up in my circus voice, because it's way fucking more entertaining, even though people complain about it. That's why I fucking do that. Anyway, this is actually why the country's in such a shitty shape, though. PBS didn't become woke. You grew up to be a bad person. That's all it is. You grew up believing that you don't have self-worth, that you're a fucking piece of shit, and so you hate the world. Makes you cold and hard inside, and so you're like, well, if the world doesn't like me, if the world rejects me, then I reject the world. And so you start like trying to take power back by being a piece of shit and repelling people on purpose, because then if people hate you, it's because of something you did. It's because you wanted them to. It gives you some agency over your patheticness. But some of y'all never saw a butterfly in the sky and thought you could go twice as high, and it shows. 54% of Americans read below a 6th grade level, and that's really the key to Donald Trump's success, right? Talk like a child. Whittle everything down to the very simplest concept you possibly can, black and white. It's very easy for childish minds to understand. And then in the what the fuck section, the Republican bill seeks to criminalize online porn. U.S. Senator Mike Lee introduced the Interstate Obscenity Definition Act today to clarify the legal definition of obscenity for all states, making the transmission of obscene content across state lines more easily prosecuted. And man, like, here we are. I would say this is never going to fucking happen, but I never thought they were going to take porn away in Mississippi. I thought that'd be the last fucking place. Mississippi is the most porn-loving state in the goddamn earth. More porn per square inch than you find pigs here, cotton fields. But they banned it here, folks. You got to have a VPN to watch it. So who knows? Oh, did you guys see the Fox News correspondent faint live on the air?
Ideology, or it's not about.
Oh my goodness.
Oopsies.
We're just going to get some help here for Cameron. Let me come back to Lydia while we get some help for Cameron here.
I don't seem too fucking concerned. Stop the show. Help that woman out. Of course, it's Fox News. They don't have no fucking empathy. And later she thanked Jesus, because clearly Jesus was on her side. Man, why do people go to Cold Stone Creamery? I ain't never been in one. Now this one, I guess, in its defense, is in Los Angeles. I don't know why anybody lives in Los Angeles, but Cold Stone Creamery is now primarily owned by a private equity group. The price of the smallest sized ice cream is $9.75. No mix-ins. Each mix-in now costs $2.05, and a waffle cone costs $4.50 to $5.75. With 2 mix-ins and a waffle cone, the smallest size ice cream costs $19.60. What the F? You can't even afford to live anymore. Who likes ice cream this much? Who's paying $20 fucking for a waffle cone? Good God, America. And it's only going to get worse. Yeah, capitalism, baby. And last but not least, we did a trash roll, what the fuck. I just slid right into the truck, the what the fuck, because that's what I do. Slide right in before you even know. AI is actually getting pretty good, y'all. It took me a second to realize this video was AI. One of the better AI videos I've seen. So you guys know the big controversy now is because of new Grand Theft Auto game that's coming out next year. Yeah, it's all the hubbub. People pissed because I'm not really sure. I think there's a brown girl in it. I don't know. Anyway, here is Neil deGrasse Tyson explaining it all to us.
Jiggle physics are now in GTA 6. This is groundbreaking news for gooners and the unemployed, but why? You see, it's not the water physics. It's not the beer bottles with bubble trails that's giving everyone a hard-on. No, this is advanced simulation of motion, devoted entirely to how cheeks move. Mass, inertia, gravity, all working together to bring digital cheeks to life. Behind every bounce is an equation. So while others are glazing over the graphics, I'm here gooning over the biomechanics of the gluteus maximus in motion, because in the end, science is just the study of how things move, even the booty.
Man, I love learning. I don't know about you guys, but thank you, science. And I guess that's it for my what the fuck section. All right, I got a Karen coming up, a couple Beyond parodies, a Heroes, the after party, and then I'll let you guys go take a nap. So, Gooners, oh my fucking God, pretty funny. Getting too good at that stuff. Not gonna be able to know what the fuck reality is before too long. Move right along. I got one Karen for you folks, and I haven't done the theme song in a while, so let's do it. It's clear you're just a mess. You should be caring less. It's obvious you're completely out of touch. 'Cause bitch, you're caring too much. And welcome to Trump's America, where people just feel safe to do shit like this and say shit like this in public.
Because you're a racist bitch.
Yeah, you made me that way.
Oh, I'm glad I got you on camera. Oh, she said the N-word.
You're right, I did.
She said the N-word.
Like one yard one.
Let me get that license.
You might not even supposed to be here. Trump's in now, remember?
Yeah, Trump's in now, remember? You're black, baby. You shouldn't even be here. This is a whites-only country.
That's an absurd statement.
The people that vote for him think like that.
We're protected a little better.
We're protected a little better. And you know what she means by we.
Here is a legal citizen.
Got it.
Maybe, but not a working citizen.
How do you know?
Because I can tell.
How can you tell?
You don't
How
know
can you
anything.
tell? That's what I said. Don't say nothing to her.
I can tell.
Let her be ignorant.
Hi, I need someone up
Let
here
her be ignorant.
on Mount Zion at the Laundry Express
Express laundromat. There's a black lady that followed me to my car. No, she's being racist. I got the video. Inside, so no, ain't nobody following her. This is a public parking lot. With me in my car, it's a black lady, and it was a guy too. I got the license plate. That's all that really mattered to me. What? So I got your license plate. That's all that matters to me. Because she's filming me because she was in there with. Because she called me a nigger and it's on camera. That's why I'm filming her. Tell the truth. I can say whatever I want. Be a good American citizen and tell the truth.
So America just raised $9 trillion for this woman. She is our new ambassador to Ethiopia. So, yes, and that's my Karen for this evening. Yep, fucking Neanderthals. But they feel real comfortable being that way now. They feel emboldened, that's for goddamn sure. And, all right, folks. About to finish you guys off. Let's do a little Beyond Parody. Beyond Parody! The thing is, I can still just kick into the same mode and do the show incredibly fast right now if I wanted to. The weed is not actually slowing me down at all. I'm just doing that because I wanted to. But anyway, this is why we are stuck with Trump until the end. They will always find a way to spin it in Trump's favor. You guys remember the Republican candidate in Canada was a shoo-in. He was like 9,000 points ahead. Other guy had no chance. Then Trump was like, oh, Canada going to be the 51st state. We don't need Canada. Canada needs us. And suddenly Canada was like, fuck Trump. Trump sucks, and so they all united behind Carney, who won. Who won, even though he wasn't supposed to. The guy that was supposed to win didn't even win his district. Lost his seat. He lost so bad. Well, apparently this is all just 4D chess, y'all. Trump actually wanted the Republican to lose and the liberal candidate to win. The Village of Fox will explain it all to us. We're watching the art of the deal play out in real time. Trump pitched annexing Canada. Carney campaigned against him. But when the cameras rolled inside the Oval Office, something changed. Trump played the long game. And Carney, he might have unknowingly walked straight into Trump's trap. Let's roll the clips and break it down. Oh, yeah. Such a genius 60s strategy. Shoot my ally in the nuts so he loses. Let my enemy win so that when he comes to the White House, I'll have to bow in script to him like a lost puppy. Art of the deal, baby. And then on Beyond Parody. Oh, yeah, the good liars. Woo, good liars. And I love this, folks. I love how they just walk away. They know they don't fucking know what they're talking about. So what it is if you ask them a simple childlike question, and it destroys the double think in their head. So their lie gets laid bare. So they have to walk away because they can't say the truth because the truth makes them look way worse than the lie they were telling them looked. Case in point.
Do you feel that it would be government overreach to try and take or limit people's ability to have firearms?
I don't feel that way. It is that way. Yeah, it would be. The Second Amendment guarantees our right to keep and bear arms.
Would it be government overreach to enter someone's home, a U.S. citizen, without a search warrant?
Absolutely. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I do. That's allowed to happen right now. Donald Trump has ordered that ICE agents can enter homes without a warrant.
He has?
Yes.
I don't know.
Is that government overreach?
You're government overreach.
So, yes, that's true. But now he's suddenly for it, and he can't just say that. He can't just suddenly say, oh, well, if Trump's doing it, I'm completely fine with it. And the thing I just said was complete goddamn bullshit. I think Orange Trump should be able to do what he wants to do. But he can't say that, so he just has to walk the fuck away. Just good God, dude. Pretty funny, though. Thank you, Good Liars. Go subscribe to the Good Liars. And make comedy legal, folks. The people that were like, oh, my God, comedy's finally legal on Facebook again. Always pissed about the dumbest jokes. So, latest episode of The Last of Us. They had these two lesbian girls. Uh-oh. One of them's pregnant. And the other one's like, hey, I'm pregnant. No, she's like, hey, I'm pregnant. That was like, oh, I'm going to be a dad. Just making a joke, right? Can't have that. Oh, my God, can't have that. To the weak pussy snowflakes on the right, lives of TikTok. The lesbian lead character in HBO show The Last of Us says she's going to be a dad when her bisexual girlfriend gets pregnant. Yes, this is real. Who gives a shit? We all know it was a joke, but no sense of humor whatsoever, folks. You're not allowed to joke about gayness or gay, or if you're gay, I guess. If you're a gay person, you have to be serious all the time, or I guess don't exist. That's better. And this guy says homosexuality is not natural. It's a sin against God, but this guy's definitely sucked a dick. Look at those lips. Tell me those lips ain't sucked a dick. I don't fucking believe it. I call bullshit on that one. Then some DSLs I've ever seen one, so me don't think he protests too much. Just saying, dude. And, oh man, I showed you guys a piece of this interview on the last show, but it got even more cringy. So, fake Democrat lefty, Lindy Lee, she used to work for Joe Biden. Used to go on all the talk shows and pretend she's on the left, but then Trump got elected president. She immediately jumped ship and she's like, I was always Republican. The Democrats are always evil. I was just doing shit for them and with them. Against my will. I don't know, something. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, this interview she did this woman was so fucking awkward. The woman just keeps asking her basic questions and she refuses to answer. And she looks like a deer caught in the headlight. Anyway, cringe warning for those susceptible to cringe-induced injuries.
In a group setting, no.
Because you also wrote that he, quote, gave me free reign of the White House. Like, what does that mean, having free reign of the White House?
You could go to places that were usually cordoned off.
Like where?
When you go there on a tour, it's usually roped off. Or, you know, at Christmas parties, it's like, you know, areas are you just not allowed there. But I
like what?
Like what parts?
I wasn't in the residence. I don't know the specific part, the names of the parts. I don't know what you're trying to get at.
No, I'm just curious because I saw in the book you also wrote that that you could take calls.
I asked your producer not to share.
I know, but like, why are you being sensitive about a book that you're putting out?
Because it's in draft form right now. It's not even done. So you're sharing a form that's like really rough. And I specifically, he promised me that you wouldn't be sharing this rough draft with. It's not ready to be published, and you're sharing a draft that's not done.
But if it's like a fact, it's a fact. Like if you wrote it, you were probably going to publish it, right? Like that's
no, not necessarily. I didn't.
Why wouldn't you share that? Like why would you write that and not publish it?
Because I'm working with somebody else on writing that book, and I know what you're referring to, and I didn't write that line.
It was on a PDF that looked very like pitch book style, like. It's gonna, you know, if you're coming out with a lot of really big claims,
Tara,
which I don't doubt.
I'm working with a ghostwriter. That was his first draft. I did not write that line.
He just made that up.
No, he didn't make that up. Tara, that is just not a version. And again, your producer said he wouldn't share it. It's in draft form. It's not, my book isn't out yet. It's not even available for pre-orders. Okay, it's not ready for public consumption. We are still writing the book.
It's interesting to me because I don't usually write things down, like.
I didn't write it.
Share things that would be pitched or written or sent around.
It's not, it's in draft form. It's not even, we're writing the book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to.
Did you? What even? I see those little eye rolls. Girl, just fuck. High school never ended, dudes. It continues forever. You never grow out of that stuff. And yes, that did not go well for you. Might want to not do interviews anymore. You're not good. And then, why the fuck this motherfucker look like a cardboard cutout? Hakeem Jeffries out here speaking, and he don't look real, dude. Come on. Even our representatives don't look alive. Spice it up, Democrats. Holy shit. A cardboard cutout would have been more interesting. I don't know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't pick on you. And, that's it. I got Women Heroes. Hey, you know what I got, folks? I'm going to do some after party tonight. I got 3 after parties. I just said I'll just do them for you guys on this show. Why not? That sounds cool. So that's coming up before that. I know. What the fuck? Come on. Ricky Bobby hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. Stiff as a board. All right, let's move along, folks. Got one hero for you. It's somewhere on here. Come on. Work, Stone Dusty Eyes, with little fucking beady eyes. I can barely fucking see shit now. They all fucking tiny. All right, there we go. Yeah, I did it. Hell yeah. We could be heroes just for one day. And only hero I saw this week, this brave little motherfucker. I like this kid. He's got some big dick energy. I shouldn't say that. He might be underage. You know what I mean? Anyway, Muslim Indian boy shouts down reporter. Apparently, there's like this little tiff happening between India and Pakistan. They don't like each other, and this reporter is like, we should kill them all, don't you think? And the Indian boy is like, get the fuck out here, basically.
पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद शर्म नहीं आ रही
Aren't you ashamed? Why would I be
पाकिस्तान को
ashamed?
खत्म नहीं करना चाहिए हाँ नहीं करना चाहिए भारत देश जिंदाबाद है नहीं है और पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद है नहीं है आपका नाम अपनी जगह पे सब
Do I have to read this, or could you guys read it?
अपनी जगह पे जिंदाबाद आपका नाम क्या होगा कैफ कैफ पूरा नाम कैफ मोहम्मद कैफ कहाँ से हैं आप मैं बिहार से हूँ बिहार से आपको थोड़ी सी भी शर्म नहीं आ रही कि भारत देश में रहने के बावजूद आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन कर रहे हो
Anyways, basically, Pakistan sucks. Let's murder everybody in Pakistan. The kid's like, no, they're humans. I like humans. I'm a human. Let's just be humans. The guy's like, are you out of your fucking mind? They're not humans. They're demons. Let's murder everybody. And he's like, no, they're not. They're just like me. Chill the fuck out, reporter. That's what's happening.
कि कैसे खत्म होगा पाकिस्तान
अच्छा आप ये न्यूज बना रहे तो आपको शर्म नहीं आ रही कि क्या न्यूज बना रहे हो हैं आपको शर्म नहीं आ रही है कि न्यूज बना के सबको फैला रहे हो हिंदू मुस्लिम के बारे में हिंदुस्तान का समर्थन क्यों करना आप पहले हमें जवाब दीजिए उसके बाद हम कुछ बोलेंगे तुम जो बोल रहे हो वहाँ भी आदमी है यहाँ भी आदमी है वहाँ भी मुस्लिम है वहाँ भी हिंदू है यहाँ भी हिंदू है सब तो है इंसान तो क्यों सबको खत्म करना पहले ये बताओ क्यों करना सबको जिंदगी जीने का हक है सबको हक है तो क्यों खत्म करना
आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन करते हैं
कहीं आप जाओगे वहाँ कहीं आपको खत्म कर दिया तो हो गया काम
आप पाकिस्तान का समर्थन करते हैं
हाँ करते हैं
तुम भारतीय नहीं हो तुम भारतीय नहीं हो
भारतीय है आप जो बोल रहे इस देश को खत्म करो उस देश को खत्म करो तो सब में तो इंसान ही रहते हैं
मेरे को छोटी सी चीज जाननी थी
Hey, that's the energy we need all over the fucking world. Crazy that so much of this country don't even feel that way. And let's do a couple after parties, finish this thing off. First off, did you guys read this crazy story? I saw this everywhere last week. AI version of murdered man speaks to killer in court. Probably going to happen a lot in the future.
Hello. Just to be clear for everyone seeing this, I am a version of Chris Pelkey recreated through AI that uses my picture, my voice profile. I was able to be digitally regenerated to share with you today. But here is insight into who I actually was in real life. Take a look.
All right, I'm Chris Pelkey. I served with the United States Army in the infantry.
Weird. But I could see that people like advocating for themselves against their own murderers. An AI avatar made to look and sound like a likeness of a man who was killed in a road rage incident addressed the court and the man who killed him to Gabriel Horacasitas, the man who shot me. It is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances, the AI avatar of Christopher Pelkey said. In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and a God who forgives. I still do. It was the first time the AI avatar of a victim, in this case a dead man, has ever addressed a court, and it raises many questions about the use of this type of technology in the future court proceedings. It sounds like it prejudiced the jury to me, but luckily, unlike Janine, I ain't a judge, so we'll see how that plays out in the future. And, damn, I feel bad about this one. This made me feel so bad, y'all. Look at this fucking spider. Got caught in the bottom of this glass, and, man, almost made it like halfway. Just built a little stairway to heaven. He just like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. But no bugs, and ran out of silk, and then, fuck, I'm dead. Ain't that life? And one more to get us the fuck out of here. I don't know who this girl is, but I do know one thing. She ain't getting paid enough. Talk about taking your job seriously at the family restaurant. and you killed it. So I hope you're getting a cut of whatever they're charging for that. And all right, I'm gonna read the super chats. Get the fuck out of here. I give this one. This is Misty, Miss Misty. What's that, Miss Misty? Might give Miss Misty some treats. But I will be back on Monday, and I will not be stoned Monday. This is why I do not smoke weed on the days that I do the show. Not that I can't do it. It's just that I like being sharper, and I like doing the show a lot quicker. So those of you who hated this, don't worry. Don't worry. It's fine. And all right, let's see. Hey, 10 tickets from Loki. Appreciate you, Loki. You fucking rock. I would say I look forward to seeing you at the after party, but not until Monday. So I will fucking see you on Monday. And everybody got a ticket from Loki. Please give him your love. Water Polo Wizard, $5 Australia. What's up, Polo? Water Polo. I'm starting to fade. Water Polo. Planet Logical, $20. Missed a couple of shows because my dad died. I'm sorry to hear that. He laughed till tears came out when I told him you said Jesus wouldn't help because he was too busy masturbating to the Holy Says. That's true. He's got two. He can double them out. Left on the bigger on PayPal. Oh, I think I got it. Unless you just did it. Let me go check while I'm reading the rest of these. Let's sure that one that got sent before. PayPal. Boom. Great way to send stuff. Appreciate you, Planet Logical. Always a hero of the show. Means a lot. Free Polestar. Hell yeah, Jerry T. It ain't going to happen, but it's a nice thing to chant, think about. One ticker from Jason Ashby. Hey, good to see you, Jason Ashby. Hope you have a good weekend, buddy. And what else popped up? Love you, bro. Good night. Hey, hope you have a good chill weekend, BBC. I know I'm going to. Going to work on my book. I promise it's going to happen. And what I get? Holy shit, David. I hope I can say your name. Is it okay to say your name? Planet Logical. Planet Logical sent $250. Wow, I'm going to get stoned more often on the show. Let's see if Dave said anything. Ain't got to for that. That's fucking amazing. No, didn't say anything and you ain't got to. Fuck yeah, you know who you are. I would just call you Planet Logical because I don't want to dox you or anything, but very generous. Everybody, please give your love to Planet Logical. Got a perfect fucking name and a great way to end tonight's show off. All the generosity, it means a lot. And it's a pleasure to hang out with you guys. It's fun. I don't ever get to do this stoned, so it was nice just being chill and laid back for one time. I know it wasn't super exciting or anything, but if you were to hang out with me in real life, this is how it would be. It would be me just real fucking laid back. So I think when I was out with E when we were on the drugcation, he was kind of surprised because I don't talk much, and the whole time I was just kind of sitting there, laid back, and I think he expected me to be entertaining the entire time, but I'm just not really like that because you'd have to be a crazy person just to be manic and screaming all the fucking time, right? So anyway, love the shit out of you guys, and love Planet Logical, fuck yeah, and to all of you, see you guys after the weekend. Have a good one. Good night. I don't even have any fucking songs. Let me just play the greatest song that's ever been written, in my opinion, by the greatest boy band who has ever lived. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Crush. It's not that one. There it is. Good night, everybody.
Can't think of the right words to say. The sight of you just makes me blush. Cause you're my secret. Crush, 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 crush. Baby, all I do is dream of your touch. I never wanted anything this much. I'm good at keeping secrets, but this time I'd rather leak it, yeah. The sight of you just makes me blush. Crush, 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 crush.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.